Okay, so Virginia has, we've removed those doors. We're going to be taping, we're going to be taping over there. Same way I taped over there, still in process. We're going to tape along the carpet and then probably put some of this plastic here along here so we don't drop any of this joint compound down on this. But what she's doing here is taking off the handles. We're removing those handles. We're going to use a black handle there. And she's also putting tape on here so we can pull the drawers in and out. Also, all of this stuff is all funky and needs to come out and put
new stuff down.
Nice new stuff down. It's just a peel and stick, but it's clean and it looks good, so that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, this is old stuff, so you can see it's got ribs on it. It's not really glued down well, so you can see how that doesn't look great.
Right, we're getting rid of that.
Yep.
Just don't push it down. We're gonna peel it all off. Okay. 5 gallons of joint compound on 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of alcoves and stuff, but we've got like 1.5 walls yet to do. So we're gonna have to go buy more joint compound.
I think I got more on my hands than I do on the wall.
Me.
Yeah.
I wash my hands. Anyway, we're very happy with the way it's turned out. It has that sort of old world kind of look.
A little bit of an Italian feel to it, I don't know. But they said at the store at 3 Nails, which is an awesome place in Newland. If you're ever in Newland, North Carolina, check it out. 3 Nails is a great place for getting all this different kinds of stuff for renovations. And in any event,
it's a hardware store.
They were telling us that it's good to paint this afterwards because what it does is it hardens it and seals it. Otherwise, if you leave it and then later on, a year later, 2 years later, go to wash the walls or something like that, they say that it'll crumble, it'll come off. So we're happy to find that.
The reason we're mentioning that is because we were going to mix the paint in with the stucco. And you can do that with latex paint, but then I thought, well, we'll do that, but then we'll have to go over paint all over it when it's done again. Right. And I thought, let's just do it once. So we just did straight stucco. It is bright white.
Right, so we did not mix the paint into the stucco, into the joint compound.
Into the joint compound.
Because it doesn't work. So, and maybe you guys know something different. Tell us in the comments. Love to hear from you. But from our hardware store, they told us, you know what, put the joint compound on the wall first, and then go ahead and paint it. It'll seal it. It'll be much better for it and much hardier walls.
And this guy's he's a paint specialist. It's a hardware store, but his specialty is paint. So we went with his word. Although I know some people say you can't put it in, as I said earlier. The problem is you've got to repeat it. Like, let's say you do a 5-gallon bucket. It's so hard to mix all of that paint in a 5-gallon bucket.
And have the color be consistent throughout as you're working on the project. Right. So we didn't do that.
Just was too much trouble. So we just went with the joint compound on first.
Happy it's done, and tomorrow we'll finish up the wall, and then we'll come back, let it dry for a couple of days, and then come back and paint it. And stay tuned so you can see the progress.
Yeah. Good job.
Nice job. Woo! 2 women in tools.
Yeah. So we took down the shades on both of these windows, and we're pretty much in preparation for the joint compound. Right here is what we're using. This is a +3, supposed to dry in a couple of hours, but that'll give us enough time to work with it. We're going to do an application on the wall that will show you how we do that. In the meantime, we're trying to get dark or black. This is like a dark brown color here, but we're going to do black hinges. The hinges that were on these things here, they're all going to be painted with a black spray paint. And it should match the handles we're going to use over here. So that's in process.
So today we're spackling the wall with some already mixed compound, right, Mel? So
joint compound.
Joint compound that's already mixed, which saves us a lot of time and energy and agita. And so now it's just random for me. I'm not so much of an artist. Melanie's the artist, and she's kind of finishing off the wall. I'm putting joint compound on the wall right now to cover this. We're going to have to paint over this once this dries, and then it has kind of like a textured look to it.
This is sort of a finished look. It's kind of tough to see. There's a little bit easier. But it kind of has an old world stucco kind of a look to it, which is what we like. And we could have painted over this because the walls weren't in that bad a shape, but we decided to do something very unusual, and that's why we went with this.
Kind of make it look a little bit different and not so park modelish.
So I'm just doing a close-up here of what we're doing and just filling in some spots and just getting a texture on the wall. Again, using the joint compound, and this wall is finished with the joint compound. It's just going to require paint, which will fill in all of these areas where the drywall shows through, but the texture is nice, so that's what we're going for. And then when it's done, I'll probably come back and like knock off, if there are any points like that, knock off that stuff. So we're
moving along.
Done with that wall. Almost.
One wall down. Woohoo! 4 more to go. I think there's 4.
Here, let me show what she's doing here.
Oh, I'm no expert. No, not even close.
Well, that's the thing about this. You don't have to be an expert.
Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it.
She's doing a great job.
Aw, sweet. What do you guys think? You like what I'm doing?
Yeah, let me know if there's another way to do this in the comments below. Let us know. Thanks. Else I did was there was a sconce here and a sconce over there. Very ugly, very 1980s. So they came out and they're hooked up to this switch right here. And this is like powered right into the switch. So this is the hot line and it's got to come out. These 2 lines here went to this sconce and this sconce here and the one over there. So these 2 lines, they're going to be coming out and this will be removed. But right now it's hot. This line right now is the hot line. It's got to come out. But this setup back here, I have never seen that. It's probably something that they used to do in these park models. But I'm going to have to replace this whole switch and use a traditional switch. And then block off half of this. This switch works that light up there, which I'm probably going to be spray painting black.